Like you've seen, lots on the show, but lots of news pouring, including TCL's brand new phone and a whole lot more.
TCL has launched their new Alcatel A3V phone. Well, the new A3V is a large phone with its 6-inch screen and an 18:9 aspect ratio. It packs in a MediaTek processor and has 3 GB of RAM and 32 GB of internal storage. This phone also brings a dual camera setup with it. It has a 16 megapixel and a 5 megapixel lens and an 8 megapixel front camera. It also has a large 3000 mAh battery and runs the latest Android Oreo 8.0. The phone also sports a fingerprint scanner and a face unlock feature. The A3V has been priced at 9,999 rupees. HMD Global has launched the new variants of their budget phones, the Nokia 2.1, 3.1 and 5.1 in Moscow. The cameras and processors of the phone have been upgraded and the phone's design has been improved as well. These phones will be available globally in July this year. The Nokia 5.1 has a 16 megapixel rear camera and a 3 GB RAM, while the Nokia 3.1 has a 13 megapixel rear camera with a 2900 mAh battery. And the 2.1 is a battery-first phone with a massive 4000 mAh battery and an 8 megapixel front camera.
I hold in my hand what can easily be the next big thing in mobile phones. Yes, a fingerprint scanner that is built into the display underneath the screen. No more buttons. I think this is really going to be taking things forward. Lots of design changes can come because of this, but first let's do one thing, the unboxing. So my handy cutter is with me. तो मेरा कटर मेरे साथ है. Let's get started. देखें इसके अंदर क्या है. तो Vivo plastic बहुत अच्छा है आपका. Let's get that part of the review done. And beautiful box, I have to say. FIFA World Cup Russia 2018 का इन्होंने overall theme लिया है, but the box is absolutely beautiful. And ये है phone. Inside again the FIFA World Cup का इन्होंने logo दे दिया है यहाँ पे. The phone comes with ये है इसमें charger, the headphones and I don't think cover है इसमें. नहीं cover दिया हुआ है इन्होंने. Cover भी है, so there's a cover and of course the normal stuff that you'll always have in a phone. But I think the only thing that matters of course is ये actual phone. So overall जो back है, beautiful, very very nicely done, all glass back, dual camera, a very nice flash right at the bottom. Middle में नहीं है, they've given it to the right. And then of course the front screen. अब आप देख रहे हैं क्योंकि ना fingerprint scanner इन्होंने बाहर पीछे डाला है ना आगे डाला है, already design में कितना फर्क पड़ गया. It's actually made a huge difference in the design. Now only thing left is that notch on top. Other than that, this is an absolutely clean look. Let's try out the fingerprint scanner. Now to separate the wheat from the chaff, this is really that hour of reckoning, the big feature. The fingerprint scanner that is inside the screen. I've already trained my fingerprint. I'm going to use my thumb. Now watch. Small little area glows out here, which means you know where you have to put your finger. And when I do that, it has a very interesting animation. It's almost like as soon as it recognizes it, little electricity shocks come out. And it's very, very fast. That's what I'm very surprised about. After all, like I said, it's a scanner under the glass. So watch. There. And it opens. Very fast. So Vivo, I'm very impressed. Here's the rest of the review.
The future is here. Well, almost. This is how we will be unlocking our phones in the times to come. Fingerprint scanners have moved from the front to the back, and in some phones they've been eliminated completely. But they are here to stay, and now we have it in a different avatar, under the glass of the screen. First, let's take a quick look at all the specs of this phone. 6.28-inch Super AMOLED screen, 19:9 full view display, dual 12MP plus 5MP camera, a 12MP front camera, Snapdragon 660, 6GB RAM, 128 ROM, Android 8.1, 3200 mAh battery. So that's what the Vivo X21 packs in, and in India it is priced at 35,990, directly taking on the OnePlus 6 and the Honor 10. But today we're not comparing it to the other phones, rather we're doing an in-depth review of the phone itself. So let's get started. The X21 is the first phone available to consumers with in-display fingerprint scanner. Setting up the fingerprint was easy, and yes, it unlocked every time with fireworks. It does take a millisecond more than the others with Touch ID or the scanner to unlock, but that's something insignificant at this point. There is Face Unlock too, which works well. We have to admit the X21 is a beautiful looking phone. With a combination of glass and metal, it feels premium, though a little fragile. We had to be careful with this phone as dropping it would definitely hurt it. There are almost no bezels around the display, but of course there is a small notch. The display is rich and bright, and viewing videos is great on this phone. The only thing we're disappointed with in this phone is that we wish it had higher Snapdragon powering this device. There is a 6GB RAM and 128GB internal storage, which can be expanded further. The X21's hi-fi audio chip offers ultra-clear, true-to-life sound quality. We're fine with the performance of this phone, but we know that it cannot take on its competition in terms of power. The camera of the X21 is impressive. We were surprised with the dual camera results, and we have to say Vivo has really improved its optics. The day shots were brilliant, the effects were neat, and even in low light it didn't let us down. The front camera clicks pretty selfies. There is AI and AR enabled on the optics of this phone, and as we said, we were stunned. It runs on Android with FunTouch OS on top. The FunTouch makes this Android feel like an iPhone, and that's not a bad thing. There is 3200 mAh of battery, which will last you a day. The Cell Guru verdict? The Vivo X21 brags of the latest cutting-edge technology, and if you want the newest innovation in smartphones, then this is it. It has good looks, great display, and a better camera than most in the market. But for 35,990 rupees, there are phones like the OnePlus 6 which may perform better. For now, we're just happy with Vivo for getting this tech to consumers, and we cannot wait for the second generation of it.
So you see how the fingerprint scanner worked. It is the first ever which is underneath a screen. So we thought we'll have a little bit of fun. We sent this phone out into the market to a lot of people like you. And we told every person there is a fingerprint scanner on the phone. Can you use it? Can you find out where it is? This is what we got.
I can't see any fingerprint sensor in this. Does it have a fingerprint sensor? You're just fooling around with me. I don't know.
Or is it here? No, it's not that one. I don't know. Where is it?
Somewhere on the screen.
Maybe in the center of the screen.
Is it like built inside the glass?
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
This is something new and something different.
I haven't seen a feature like this in any of the phone obviously as of now. It's great. Nice.
It's one of a kind right now, so definitely it may pave the way for more phones to actually copy it, maybe.
The first phone that I've seen with such a feature.
It was a nice challenge. I enjoyed it.
And from the X21, let's now move to the X1 Note. But this phone is from Comio, and this is a giant leap forward for Comio. So already a brand that is doing very, very well. But now they've taken it to a whole new level with this one. Just the looks of this phone. Now, I've touched the phone a little bit, so you can see it's a complete fingerprint magnet in every which way. But otherwise, from the look and the feel, that entire idea of what design and material should be, this is a real winner. So again, they've been able to put a dedicated disc around the dual camera. Yes, it has a dual camera, a fingerprint scanner, and a very nice screen. Again, the screen is really well put together, and then a very aggressive price. Here's the Cell Guru review.
No need to loosen your purse strings for a phone that can bowl you over with its features. This is the Comio X1 Note that has a shiny mirror-like finish and a whole host of what could be considered to be flagship features, all for 9,999 rupees. Well, for one, it does come with face recognition to unlock the phone and works pretty accurately. The X1 Note also comes with a fingerprint scanner that, like most phones now, is located on the back in the center. The best part is that the fingerprint sensor has more than one use. You can now pick calls, access files, and even click pictures with it. The phone is great to look at and stands out. We got the royal blue color variant for review. The shiny finish does attract a lot of fingerprints though. The X1 Note is very light but feels large to hold and operate with one hand. It has a large 6-inch screen and 18:9 aspect ratio. This is great for watching videos on the phone and also for browsing through social media. Under the hood, the phone runs Android Oreo 8.0 and has a dual SIM slot. It comes with 3GB RAM and 32GB internal storage. 3GB RAM might mean you might have to keep closing apps, but the phone worked well and ran very smoothly. This phone also packs in 2900 mAh battery, which is sufficient for a normal day use, and even has a powerful 1.45 GHz quad-core processor. But the star of the show is the camera. The X1 has a dual camera at the back with a 13 megapixel and 5 megapixel lens and offers camera modes like portrait, panorama, social and night mode. The day shots came out well, the portrait mode gave a decent depth effect and the night mode didn't give much noise in the images. The front camera is 8 megapixels and comes with a flash. Selfies and front shots with this phone are pretty good as well. Our verdict? The Comio X1 is priced aggressively at 9,999 rupees and it does deliver on some high-end features like the facial recognition and dual camera. The camera is impressive and the performance is good for a phone under 10,000. If this is your budget, then the Comio X1 Note is a good option to buy.
I introduced this as a preview to you last week. Actually had the box and we opened the box exclusively on the show. The Tecno Cam on Eye Click. And what it has is, this is Tecno taking optics and camera to the next level. A selfie camera with artificial intelligence built in that literally says any condition, any light will give you the perfect selfie. A very interesting flash in the front and a lot of adjustments that the camera and the phone makes on its own when you're taking a selfie. Here's our review.
Less might be more in many fields, but the opposite is true when it comes to phones. More is definitely more, and it's even better when it's a phone that brings more under 15,000 rupees. The new Cam on Eye Click has a lot to offer in the sub 15,000 segment, including artificial intelligence in its optics. This phone by Tecno has been priced at 13,999 rupees. So does it click as a good day-to-day phone? Let's find out. The Tecno Cam on Eye Click comes with a large, sleek 6-inch screen with a full view display and 18:9 aspect ratio. The screen is bright and the colors are vivid, and getting a display with the amount of pixels it comes with is a good surprise. The design of the phone is neat and it has rounded edges. We got the champagne gold color for review, and it also comes in a nice midnight black color. The phone looks premium even though it's a budget phone. As the name suggests, the iClick sports a superior camera. It has a 16 megapixel rear camera as well as a whopping 20 megapixel front camera with AI. The artificial intelligence identifies the environment, the light and even facial expressions before clicking a good picture. The AI we experienced was accurate and the pictures were good. Even though the phone does not come with a dual camera, it can produce a good bokeh effect. The AI beauty feature enhances selfies. There are many AI modes on this phone and the front camera comes with a dual flash as well. Tecno has left no stone unturned for great selfies with this phone. The Cam on Eye Click also comes with a big 3750 mAh battery that can give you a comfortable one day of normal use. The phone handles multitasking well with 4GB RAM and a 64-bit octa-core processor. The phone runs Android 8.1 smoothly. The iClick can unlock with a fingerprint scanner, which can also double up and be used to accept calls and capture pictures. In addition, the phone has a face unlock feature and can recognize up to 255 face features to unlock the phone. It was pretty fast when we tested it and the phone is a breeze to use. The Cell Guru verdict. The Tecno Cam on Eye Click will definitely click and strike a chord with the young users. With a powerful front camera that packs in AI, it is an impressive camera phone with a decent battery life that makes it a compelling smartphone in the sub 15,000 rupee segment.